Hi everyone, I'm Paul and I will tell you everything you need to know about the artisanplus planning and inventory solution for coffee roasters. Today we are focusing on how to add, define and use blends. We head directly to the Blends tab and click on Add. You can now choose the beans that make up the blend. We can add as many components as we want and adjust the percentage ratios of the ingredients. Sometimes it is easier to use fractions. For example, when you have 3 ingredients that you want to split evenly, you can exactly specify 1/3 for all of them. But we want to keep it simple and use 2 coffees. We give the blend a name and save it. It directly shows us how much of this blend we could roast with our current stock, approximately 388 kg. When looking at the artisanscope roast control software, in the roast properties dialog, the blend directly appears. If we want to roast 10 kg, it tells us how much of each component we need to provide. It even calculates the total density and moisture, taking the proportions of its components into account. Also, the expected bean size. We can now add roasts, either with artisanscope or manually in artisanplus. For that, we go to the Roast tab, hit the Add button and select our new blend. We want to roast 10 kg. The program shows us how much of each component we need. Note that nothing is fixed here. We can change the blend, for example use more of the coffee. We can then decide whether we want to give this a new name or keep the same. It is important to know that changing this information for one roast will not change it in any other roast. Let's now focus on a blend feature which will help you to make a smooth transition when one of your components runs out. We add a replacement for the coffee. We simply want to use the other component, the mixed Honduras, if we have no more of the coffee. The artisan client now tells us that we have 388 kg, but even 1000 kg, 1 ton, including the replacement. To emulate the condition that the coffee runs out, we sell all of our coffee, maybe not all of it, let's keep a few kilograms. To a new customer, we can add that on the fly. Okay, we now have only 4 kg left. artisanplus indicates that we can get 5 kg of our blend. Now, if we want to roast 10 kg, artisanscope highlights that we don't have enough in stock, but explains that we can use all of the remaining 4 kg of copan and fill the rest, as we defined, with the other coffee. We can do the same in artisanplus. Let's add a roast using our blend with 10 kg. We have not enough available, but we can choose to fill the rest with the other coffee. We enter a weight for the roasted beans and save that. Going back to the blend, it is marked in red that the stock is depleted, but we have a lot left taking the replacement into account. The system directly offers us to execute the replacement, which we can undo if we did it in error. We now have a blend with only one component. This can be a good tool if you have a product like our Best of Honduras, which changes ingredients over time, but you want to treat it as the same entity. Say, we later add the same mixed Mercedes washed coffee, but from the next year's crop. So we duplicate that one, keep the title, and just change the crop year and lot information. We quickly add a purchase so that we have both in stock. We now have two totally different coffees. But if we go back to our blend and use for the 2024 coffee our new 2025 beans as replacement, we made a connection. We again emulate being out of stock. This time, let's just move all of the 2024 beans away. In the blend, when we choose the roastery as storage location of interest, we get the information that we don't have any more of the original and can replace the ingredient with a new one. So, let's briefly add a roast with the Best of Honduras blend, 11 kilogram, 9.87 as roasted yield. Now both our previous and the new roast have the same blend. Instead of searching for all involved beans, we can simply look for the blend name. Also, in the roast graphs, we have all the roasts combined in the blend diagram. And finally, if we create a new roast report, all Best of Honduras roasts will be summarized in the blend section together. I hope this is useful for you, but there is so much more we can do on the platform. Stay tuned and look forward to the next videos where I will talk about how to add reports, plan your roast sessions, and a lot of the other great features of Artisan Plus.